Hello everyone, welcome back once again in my YouTube channel. So guys, in this video I am going to explain one most important interview question which is generally asked in every interview, even if you are fresher, intermediate and experience level as well. So this question asked by the interviewer. So we need to understand what question that is. Correct? Yes. Guys, see. That question is, can you explain how you would design and implement a high performance REST API in Java using a Spring Boot that handles millions of requests per day? That is the most important question in the interview room. This question generally asked by the interviewer. So if you are any page, fresher, intermediate, experience level as well. So you should know the answer very perfectly so you can convince to the respective interviewer with your answer, right? Yes. Guys, see. That means at this level, interviewer would like to know, would like to see your thought process. What is your thought process about system design? How you optimize performance and scalability? Then how deeply you understand Spring Boot internals, Java concurrency and design patterns, because all the things will include in this answer. Okay, so guys, see, let's understand one by one. So guys, how to approach the answering? If you will get this question, so how the answer should be? So guys, let's start with architecture guys. First you need to explain to them with architecture. So guys, explain your design step by step. So guys, they would like to know your answer, how you're going to give the answer, right? So guys, explain your answer step by step at the design level guys. So guys, see, you need to tell to them, so if you're going to a Spring Boot for API development, that means you're going to use controller service repository, that is layered architecture. I hope you know this thing very well. If you don't know, please do me comment, so I will bring a video on that topic as well. So with the Spring Boot API development, we are using layered application, right? Controller, service and repository. Correct? Yes. Then guys, see, keep a status API for scalability. That thing also keep in mind. If you don't know what is status API, please do me comment again, because we'll explain everything in upcoming video if you interested to know the answer. Guys, see, then third, use microservices architecture if the application grows large. Suppose if you would like to implement a large application, right? If you implement large application, just like Flipkart, Amazon, right? You know, in that application you will have different type of services. Just like I just assume on Flipkart application, you will have cart service, then payment service, delivery service, notification service. So we have different type of services guys. So if you would like to create or implement microservice architecture, that means if the application will grow large, right? If you have large application, then you need to use microservice architecture, right? Yes. Then get prefer load balancing. That is main important point you need to convince to the interviewer. That means if you are thinking as per the architecture level, so definitely you will have load balancing concept in your application using Nginx or AWS ARB, right? Yes. Okay, just like example, you can say I would design a static REST API using a Spring Boot, deploy it behind a load balancer and use multiple instances for horizontal scaling. Okay, if you don't know what is meaning of horizontal scaling and vertical scaling, please do me comment. I will bring the video on that. So okay, this answer belongs to as per the architecture level. Yes, great. Then we'll move other concept. So guys, see, you need to convince the interviewer as per the performance level as well. If you're going to create a Microservice application using a Spring Boot, definitely you should have this performance keep in mind guys. Okay, so guys, mention technique you use to handle high load guys. Okay, so guys, see, if you would like to enhance the performance of your application, that means guys, definitely you should use caching concept. So caching gap, spring catch, redis, or what, caffeine, these three technique generally we use for what, enhance the performance. Yeah, you know very well what is caching. If you don't know, please do me comment again, because so many questions are there. So if you don't know, please do me comment. I will bring one by one in what, coming time guy. Then guy, connection pooling Hikari CP, that also guy you need to use to increase the performance. Then guy, one most important, asynchronous processing guy. You know very well what is asynchronous, what is synchronous. Okay, so guy, asynchronous processing using what, added async, Kafka, or RabbitMQ. Okay, these all are what, technology or technique by which you can increase performance of your application using async, Kafka, or RabbitMQ. Guy, you know very well guy. So we have two type of communication, but in microservice generally, if you're going to establish communication between two microservices, generally we are going to use what, two type of approach, synchronous, asynchronous. I hope you know synchronous means what, that you are going to use rest template, what, and thin client like that. But asynchronous, what, if our one services it depend upon the other service response, that time you need to use asynchronous what, concept with the help of this async, Kafka, RabbitMQ, and other also guy, you know, JMS also we have, right? Yes. Then get batch updates instead of row by row inserts. If you're going to get insert row by row, that means also performance going to degrade. So that means you need to use batch update in commutative way, in corrective way. We're going to update our data guy. Correct? Yes. Then get pagination for large dataset response. If you're going to pagination for large dataset response, that also it increase our performance. Okay, so multiple way by which we can what, enhance the performance of our application. Okay, this is second way to tell to them, to the interviewer, so they can convince them. Yes. Then get next, as per the database optimization, because definitely in your application database you are using it. So yeah, if you're going to optimize your database, that means few concepts are there by which you can also optimize database guy. With the help of the index, you know very well, use index wisely guy. So guy, index technique we have in the database. If you don't know, please do me comment. Also will make the video on that guy. Then guy, condition pool tuning guy. That means with condition pool tuning also you can optimize your database thing guy. Then guy, use read replicas for scaling read heavy workload. If you have heavy workload in your application for database, then you can use read replica for scaling. Then guy, apply JPA fetch strategy correctly. That means lazy versus eager loading guy. If you don't do this thing, please do me comment guy. Definitely I will make the video on that what is the topic, so by which you can what, get more clarity guy. So guy, with that all the technique by which you can optimize your database related stuff. Guys, see the next, threading and concurrency. Guys, see, we have so many things we need to keep in mind while creating any microservices with a SpringBoot guy. Okay, so threading and concurrency also one most important concept you should have in your project. That means use executor service or compute level feature for parallel processing. Definitely if you're using parallel processing, only that your application will what, more efficient guy. So for that purpose you should also create what, executor service guy, because in executor service you know very well you're going to create pool of thread guy. We are creating pool of thread, so that due to that our what, concurrency mechanism will improve. Guys, then avoid shared mutable state. Avoid shared mutable state. With also our threading and concurrency what, things will improve. Then guy, leverage synchronized block or logs only when necessary. This thing already I explained in my multi-threading playlist guy. If you would like to know what a synchronized block and how it logs will work in a multi-threading, please what, watch that complete playlist guy. Then your multi-threading concurrency level concept will clear guys. So guys, this all are about threading and concurrency level what concept guys. Then we should have also guys monitoring and reliability. So how our application will get monitored and how it make it reliable. So guys, use actuator for monitoring health check guys. You know very well. So our actuator is what production ready feature, right? So how are going to monitor our application, right? Which type of thread have you used? How many what thread dumps are there? So all things guys, you can check your application with the help of actuator concept. Then guys, integrate what Prometheus plus what Grafana for matrices guys. This is the most important concept guys you should know about monitoring your application. Then guys, add circuit breaker using resilience 4J. Guys, that is also most important things, circuit breaker using resilience 4J. So if other services get down, now how are you going to track this thing? Okay, with the help of circuit breaker. This is a one type of design pattern. You know very well. Circuit breaker is a one type of design pattern. If you don't know, please do me comment. I will make a video on it also. So guys, multiple things are there. If you're going to get any Microsoft application with the help of SpringBoot, you should keep in mind what multiple things. Then your application becomes a what more scalable, more reliable. Okay, yes. Then guys, see next security and security for best practice guys. So guys, if you're going to implement microservices using SpringBoot, so if you would like to what keep security in your application, that means implement JWT based authentication. That is most important guys. In real time, in our recent time, most of the applications they are going to use what JWT based authentication. Yeah, you know very well, right? What is JWT authentication? If you don't know, please do me comment guys. I will explain in very depth. Then guys, validate inputs with added of valid annotation. Then guys, you need to use most important interview question as well. How you're going to handle global exception in your project. That means guys, handle exceptions globally with the help of added of control advice. Guys, please do me comment. This is most important interview question. How are you going to handle what global exception in your project? So with the help of what added control advice annotation, we can what use security. So we use exception in our project. So guys, then last but not least, in summary wise guys, in summarize, if I will give the answer for a specific answer, so what should I answer guys? So guys, if question is to design a scalable REST API in a SpringBoot handling millions of records, then what should be the what concluded answer? So guys, see, you need to tell to them in such a way what I have mentioned here. So I would start the stateless microservice architecture using REST principle guys. I would optimize performance through caching technique with the help of Redis, async call and proper DB indexing for resilience. Correct? Yes. Then guys, I would implement retries, circuit breaker and monitoring with Prometheus, right? Concept guys, with Grafana also. Then guys, I would ensure security via JWT token and handle exception centrally, globally with the help of added of control advice. Then guys, finally, I would containerize the application using Docker and deploy it behind a load balancer for horizontal scalability. So guys, if you will tell this answer to respective interviewer, definitely they will convince with your answer. Okay, so they will come to know, yes, you know each and everything very proper manner. So they will definitely what hire you or select you in respective what position in respective project. So guys, if you have any question guys, any doubt, any question regarding any places, any concept, please do me comment. If you have any question regarding any concept, please do me comment in comment section guys. I will bring the video on respect of it as well guys. So guys, that's it from this video. If you like my video guys, please like, share, subscribe, so I will bring such type of important video in front of you. So by which you will get more clarity and you will get more benefit for cracking the interview. Thank you guys. Bye bye. We'll meet very soon in next video.